I think there's a lot of value in buying then building. And
Mm,
so buying your base solution and building on top of it. I think challenges that people fall into, whether it's GPs, LPs, or founders internally for their own tech stack, is like you're trying to find something that fits like your exact custom solution down to every single specific nuance. And you don't find that in the market. So then you decide to build from scratch. And that path is fine and it can be successful. But what I think that fails to account for is just the opportunity cost of time. Because effectively, you're either pulling some semblance of resources, whether it's capital or people, to then be focused on that problem and focused on building that. And you may want those, you may be resource constrained, right? Where you can't just kind of throw money at a problem. And so it's a challenge though, because you can't bring in necessarily, someone who has no context for your organization to just build something from scratch. So you inevitably end up, whether you like it or not, bringing somebody that has the context for your organization over to that, which comes at the expense of their time focused on the main thing. I think that can be definitely successful, but today there's so many tools that can make that even more successful. The challenge and the what I think people might overlook around that is the upkeep. So that's all
hmm
well and good when you get it up and running, but then I've seen this come up very frequently recently. It's once you have it up and running, you have to then go in and deal with maintenance and you have to deal with things breaking. And again, that's a distraction from the main thing. So that's kind of one path that I see. Again, it can work, but I think it's really challenging in what I'll say is like an emerging manager space, which is probably big generalization here, but probably quite resource constrained, both in terms of time and capital.
hmm
The build, or excuse me, the buy and then build on top, I think is actually very different and very advantageous today relative to what it was maybe like 5 or 10 years ago. And again, I think there's a little bit of a trap people can fall into. I alluded to this before with all of the different tools these days, where like there's lots of ways that you can surface interesting information, but what's interesting is not always productive. And
Mm.
so if you have somebody who gives you this like baseline product that's giving you everything that you absolutely need to build your business, then anything you build on top is because it's adding value. It's not necessarily like you're getting distracted because you're in this big web of building software internally.